a big shot, unless we talking about hip-hop. Bad at TikTok, but I'll make movies like Hitchcock. Challenge Mitch, you'll barely make it like trick shots. Check your wristwatch, it's time for you all to quit. Stop trying me. I'ma be honest, I'm pretty glad no labels eyeing me. I'm independent and I don't want nobody buying me.
Yo, what up everybody, this is Mr. L, and today is a beautiful Friday morning. And I was gonna make this yesterday, but I decided to wait a day to give a little more time to the subject. I wanted to speak on a kind of deeper, more heavy topic. Those of you who don't know, most of you probably clicked on this video already know, but there was a tragedy that happened by the time this video comes out yesterday or a couple of days ago, really. Where there's a service that you could pay $250,000 for, which obviously is not cheap, to go down in a submarine or submersible, I think is the name of it officially. It's like a small submarine about the size of a minivan, and you can go down and see the wreckage of the Titanic up close, right? So sounds like a cool experience. Obviously dangerous, because I believe the Titanic is about, I think it was 12,000, 13,000 feet down, which is a lot. And not without getting super far into it, because my point isn't about safety necessarily, but there was reports about how safe the submersible was, and some regulations, and how it didn't seem to be the most sturdy thing, and how it came out that it's only controlled by like an off-brand PlayStation controller, and it doesn't seem to be the safest thing to do. It seems like there was some inherent risk in going down 13,000 feet, especially in something that might not have met certain regulations, etc. Right? But again, that's not really the point of the video. So 5 people went down on this trip, and I believe they've been doing these. Like, I don't believe this was the first time. You can fact check me, but I believe that this service has been a thing for a couple years, I think. I don't know how many they've done, but they've done it before. This wasn't the first time, right? And they've done it before successfully. So a few days ago, it was reported that it was missing, and obviously that's not good, because there was supposed to be all these ways of being able to track it. And then it came out that they only had a certain amount of oxygen, obviously, that they went down with only a sandwich each and some water, and like I said, only had enough oxygen for 96 hours, I think. And so, hope was basically lost. And yesterday, I think it was announced that they would have been out of air, and then it was later announced that they had a huge search party, of course, and it later came out that there was wreckage found, and kind of like remnants of what would have looked like an implosion, because that was one of the theories, was that either they got stuck somewhere, or there was a leak, and a leak that deep in the ocean is going to cause the whole thing to implode, essentially. So that's what they think happened, right? So anyway, that was the backstory. That's not really the point of the video. The point of the video is that I noticed, before I truly fully knew what was going on, because I typically stay out of the news, I noticed that I was seeing a lot of memes and a lot of kind of jokes about it, and that's what caused me to look into it and see what it was. And it's been on my mind, right? Because I'm somebody anybody who knows me, or if you don't, I like laughing. I laugh at everything. It's hard for me not to laugh. I laugh in serious situations. I laugh at all types of stuff. My humor is all over the place. I watch all types of shows. I love stand-up comedy. I like finding jokes in almost anything, right? But one rule I kind of have for me is anything when it comes to making jokes on not necessarily serious topics, but sensitive times, or a specific person. I like to kind of joke on groups, but a specific person or a specific tragedy is tough, right? But I saw tons, dozens and dozens of TikToks, Twitter posts, Facebook posts, memes, all videos, reenactments. And I was and this was during the time when they were still looking for these people. So for a fact there were 5 people 10,000 feet underwater, trapped, running out of air, right? That's a terrifying image if you picture yourself in that situation. I shuddered multiple times thinking about it, right? But then to know that not that this would be your main concern, but to know that people are joking at your expense while you're running out of air and going to die more than likely, kind of blew my mind. And I saw a lot of think pieces and articles explaining the whys. And I understand people like laughter. People use laughter to kind of distract from sadness. But also there was a lot of commentary on how, well, they're billionaires. These were really rich people. And we don't care about rich people, or like rich people deserve. And there was a lot of irony, of course, the fact that, why, if you could go anywhere in the world, why would you go somewhere that they said more people have explored space than gone that deep in the ocean? Why was it being controlled by a game controller? I get all that, right? But at the end of the day, my mind can't stop thinking about how there are 5 people about to die on this ship, and how people didn't seem to care, at least not enough to not make jokes, right? And so I'm of the belief that like the way where the world is now, everything is going to be joked about for the rest of time. Like I literally said yesterday that if 9/11 happened like tomorrow, or like this year, next year, there'd be people making memes about it. Like I have no doubt in my mind, if it was announced that the world was going to end in a week, and like it was for sure, it wasn't like one of those 2012 things or Y2K things, like we for sure knew it was going to end, there would be memes. People would make jokes, because that's just the world we're in now. And that interests me because it makes me think deeper, like, okay, whether it's a defense mechanism or like I want to laugh so I don't cry, or just mean-spirited, it's like it couldn't have always been this way, right? I mean, maybe is it the internet just giving people more of a voice to kind of be jokey, or trolls or whatever? Do these people actually have hearts when they make these jokes? Are they thinking? And then like I call myself kind of laughing at some of them, because it's hard for me to not laugh at things, but then I would catch myself and be like, you're laughing not almost at the expense of people who are trapped, about to die. And if this was you, it wouldn't be funny, So I did look up the names of the people, and I'm gonna try my best not to mess them up, because it has been confirmed that they have all passed away, because whether they ran out of oxygen or imploded, they couldn't still be alive. So let me read the names. We've got Hamish Harding. Of course, an ad wants to pop up. Hamish Harding, I think it's Shahazda and Suleiman Daywood, and I believe that's a father and son, which is depressing. Paul Henry Nergalet and Stockton Rush. So those are the 5. They're all men, and I believe ranging from age 77 to age 19, I think. All passed away, right? So I want to say rest in peace to them. I have been saying prayers for them before they passed, hoping they'd be found. Going to say a prayer probably right after this for the families of those gentlemen. But it's just depressing. It's honestly really sad, but it made me think more so about just the status, like where we're at. I want to know y'all's thoughts. Like, do you think people are more inclined to make jokes now just because of the internet, because of the reaction, because of going viral? Do you think it's deep down a defense mechanism, or like let's distract from the sadness of the world by making people laugh? Is it genuine hatred for rich people who could spend $250,000, which, by the way, the average American doesn't make that in 5 or 6 years, 7 years, but to spend that on a trip to see the Titanic, which was also a tragedy of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of irony. I get it, but is it let's laugh at the irony, or is it let's laugh at these people? We don't care that they're dying. It interests me. It's something that's been on my mind. I'm not even really trying to scold people, because like I said, I laugh at things, I joke at things. I've definitely joked about things that probably were sensitive to people, and I definitely laughed at some of these videos and memes and stuff, but I felt bad about it, and it just made me think deeper about the world. So I really want to know y'all's thoughts. Let me know what y'all's thoughts were about this specific thing. If y'all saw any jokes about it, just give me y'all's true and honest thoughts in the comments. I appreciate y'all a ton. Please pray for the families of these people, for real, no matter what your thoughts are. Life was lost, and I think that's super important, especially as Christians, right? They were of God, they were God's creation, God's children, and they died in a very terrifying way, right? So I appreciate y'all a ton. I hope I didn't bring your Friday down too much. I'll be back on here later to celebrate music and happiness, but I had to get my thoughts. This was the channel is for, part of it anyway. So give me y'all's thoughts. I appreciate y'all a ton. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Praise God. Peace.